Let's just dive right into this. Have you been feeling, just constantly stressed out lately? I'm not talking about just having one bad day at the office. I mean that heavy, lingering feeling that pretty much follows you from the second you wake up until your head hits the pillow. Well, today we're jumping into a fascinating explainer covering 7 absolutely clear signs that your body is practically begging for stress support. And we're going to look really closely at why one specific ancient herb, ashwagandha, has become one of the most popular wellness solutions out there today. Stick with me because we are going to uncover some pretty surprising truths. And I'll tell you right now, the 7th sign on our list, it catches almost everybody completely off guard.
You might be picturing something like an overwhelmed stickman, right? Just juggling work, family, the phone's ringing off the hook. That's literally the reality for so many of us. But here's the thing you really need to know. Stress isn't just a mental burden, it is intensely physical too. Maybe you're just constantly exhausted, no matter how many hours you sleep. Or maybe even the smallest daily problems feel like these massive, insurmountable mountains. It really makes you wonder, what if your body has been trying to tell you something this whole time?
So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, we'll cover understanding your stress response. Then, we'll look at the mental signs of stress, followed by the physical signs of stress. After that, we'll dive into the ashwagandha solution. And finally, better habits for health.
All right, part 1, understanding your stress response. Look, let's be real, stress is just a normal part of life. We all get it. But when it becomes your constant, everyday baseline, your body is essentially being forced to work massive overtime, and it's doing it without any extra pay.
Long-term stress acts a lot like a giant domino effect. It knocks down your energy levels, ruins your sleep quality, tanks your daily focus, your mood, and really just your overall well-being. But hey, here's the good news. People are usually pretty surprised to learn that when you actively support your body's natural stress response, it creates this amazing upward spiral that improves all those other areas of your daily life. And that brings us to ashwagandha. It's a traditional, centuries-old remedy that we're exploring today to see exactly how it works and, if it might actually be right for you.
Let's look at sign number 1. You feel stressed almost every day. Like I said, everyone experiences stress. But if you're constantly feeling overwhelmed, if you feel like you're just buried under a mountain of paperwork and life obligations every single day, your body is working way harder than it should be. It's just stuck in this exhausting loop.
Now, ashwagandha belongs to a really unique family of herbs called adaptogens. So what are they? Adaptogens are herbs that help the body adapt to everyday stress and support a healthy response to physical and mental challenges. So instead of aggressively fighting the stress directly, they act a bit more like a coach, right? They essentially train your body to respond more efficiently and more resiliently to all that daily pressure.
Before we go any further, let's just do a quick check-in. I want you to be totally honest with yourself right now. How would you rate your stress today on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being, you're on a sunny beach without a care in the world, and 10 being completely, totally overwhelmed. Drop your number down in the comments below. Honestly, just acknowledging where you are right now is the very first step in supporting your body.
Moving right along to section 2, mental signs of stress. Let's really examine how chronic stress directly hijacks your cognitive function and your ability to just relax.
And that brings us to sign number 2. You have trouble relaxing. Picture this. You've had a massively busy day. You finally crawl into bed. Your body is completely exhausted, but your eyes are just wide open, staring at the ceiling because your mind literally refuses to slow down. Sound familiar? Racing thoughts are such a classic mental sign of stress. Interestingly, research suggests that ashwagandha may actually support relaxation and promote feelings of calmness, which naturally makes it easier for that racing mind to finally unwind.
Building on that mental overload, let's jump ahead slightly to sign number 4. You're having trouble focusing. When your mental bandwidth is just completely overloaded with stress, basic concentration becomes this monumental task. It's exactly like a computer trying to run 50 heavy applications at the same time. Eventually, the whole system just starts freezing up.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever walked into a room with a specific purpose, stopped dead in your tracks, and completely forgotten why you were even in there? Or maybe you've misplaced your keys for, the 5th time this week? If you have, trust me, you are definitely not alone. This is exactly what an overloaded mind looks like in real time. And some really fascinating research points out that ashwagandha may actually help support your cognitive performance under these exact stressful conditions. A lot of people simply describe the feeling as being, mentally clearer.
Okay, on to section 3, physical signs of stress. This is where all that mental overload really starts translating into intense physical symptoms.
which loops us back to sign number 3, your energy feels low. Imagine your internal battery is just constantly dropping down to 10%. Constant pressure mentally and physically drains you, making even the simplest everyday tasks feel incredibly difficult. But by supporting your natural stress response, you basically stop leaking that energy, which helps bring back a real sense of physical balance throughout your day.
Now check out this fascinating fact. The number 3000. Ashwagandha, which is known scientifically as Withania somnifera, by the way, has actually been utilized in traditional wellness practices for more than 3,000 years. That's a long time. This isn't just some new, trendy wellness fad. It's a completely time-tested botanic approach with incredibly deep historical roots.
Moving right along to sign number 5, you're not sleeping well. Good sleep is how your body repairs and recovers, right? But stress notoriously interrupts that whole process. Now, while ashwagandha is definitely not a sleeping pill, and it's really important to make that distinction, its ability to promote relaxation can indirectly support much better sleep recovery. When you turn that stress dial down, your body's natural sleep cycle can finally kick in the way it's supposed to.
Next up is sign number 6. You feel run down. Did you know your immune system and your stress levels are actually intimately connected? They are. Long periods of stress put heavy demands on your body, and that slowly fades your normal immune shield. According to Swanson, ashwagandha may also support healthy immune function. Basically, by taking care of the stress, you're effectively taking care of your body's natural defenses.
And finally, we've reached the surprising sign number 7. You simply don't feel like yourself. Sometimes you don't even have one specific glaring problem. You just look in the mirror and, deep down, you aren't at your best. You've got less motivation, maybe a bit less patience for your loved ones, and you're finding less enjoyment in your hobbies. Often, this kind of overall slump is a massive indicator that your body is practically crying out for better nutritional and lifestyle support.
Which brings us perfectly to section 4, the ashwagandha solution. We know the signs, so now let's look at how to actually address them with a high-quality supplement.
If you're actually considering adding this to your routine, one highly recommended option is Swanson Full Spectrum Ashwagandha. Every single vegan capsule delivers 450 milligrams of ashwagandha root, and the whole shebang is non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, and halal certified. Swanson typically recommends taking 2 capsules 1 to 2 times daily with water, or, simply as directed by your healthcare provider.
Finally, section 5, better habits for health. Look, the absolute truth is, supplements are definitely most effective when they're paired with a solid foundation of healthy daily habits. You really can't out-supplement a highly stressful lifestyle.
These daily healthy habits might seem super simple, but they're incredibly powerful when you combine them. Things like walking daily, staying hydrated, eating nutritious foods, and definitely limiting excessive caffeine, because that can actually spike your stress response. Plus, getting enough sleep, practicing some deep breathing, and really just spending a little bit of time outside. It's these small, consistent daily actions working right alongside quality supplements that create really lasting, profound improvements in how you feel.
As we wrap up the core of today's explainer, I have one final question for you. Which sign did you relate to the absolute most today? Was it the constant stress, the poor sleep, low energy, the brain fog, or maybe just that constant physical tension? Drop your answer in the comments. And remember, staying stressed out doesn't have to be your normal. If you found this breakdown helpful at all, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming wellness explainers.
Just a quick note before we go, this explainer is for educational purposes only. It's not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please always consult a qualified healthcare provider before starting any new supplement. But I do want to leave you with this one final thought. If your body has been sending you these 7 warning signs for months or maybe even years, what might happen if you finally start listening to it? Thank you so much for joining me today, and here's to finding your balance.